Hello, and a very warm welcome back to English and Wealth from the Freedom Equation. I'm Liam.
And I'm Chloe. It's great to have you with us. Last week, we debated the slow but steady power of the compound effect.
We did. Today we're exploring a topic that can be uncomfortable from the brilliant book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. We're going to be debating the roles of luck and risk in our financial success. Housel argues they are perhaps the most powerful forces in finance.
And I have to say, Liam, that sounds like a dangerous idea. If success is just luck, then what's the point of trying? It feels like an excuse for failure and a way to dismiss the incredible hard work that successful people put in. I'm not sure I can agree with that premise.
A strong challenge from the start. I like it. So let's dive in. Housel's classic example is Bill Gates. Are you aware of his origin story?
Vaguely, I know he was a computer genius who dropped out of university.
That's the simple story, but the fuller story is that through a series of incredibly lucky events in the 1960s, Bill Gates attended the only high school in the entire world that had a computer. He wasn't just a genius, he was arguably one of the luckiest teenagers on the planet. Without that luck, would the world have Microsoft? Housel argues probably not.
I see the point, but I respectfully disagree. I think that focuses too much on the starting line and ignores the race. Thousands of students probably had access to that same computer. What did they do with it? Bill Gates and Paul Allen were the ones with the obsession, the drive, and the sheer agency to do something with that luck. They worked harder than anyone else.
A great word, agency. Let's clarify that for our listeners. Agency, A-G-E-N-C-Y, is a noun that means the power and ability to act and make your own choices. And you're right, their agency was crucial. But Housel's argument is that we downplay the role of luck because it's hard to accept that we're not fully in control. It's a form of hindsight bias.
And what is hindsight bias?
Hindsight bias, H-I-N-D-S-I-G-H-T-B-I-A-S, is the tendency to see past events as being more predictable than they actually were. We look back at a success story and draw a clean line from start to finish, ignoring all the lucky breaks and risky moments. We tell a neat story, but reality is messy.
I understand the logic, but I think those stories are important. If we just tell people they're a product of their environment and that luck is everything, you create a generation of people with a chip on their shoulder. Here in Cambodia, I see incredible entrepreneurs overcoming circumstances that people in the West couldn't even imagine. They're not just lucky, they are fighters. We shouldn't take that away from them.
An excellent point, and an idiom we should explain. To have a chip on your shoulder means to have an angry or bitter attitude because you feel you have been treated unfairly in the past. And you are right, we should never dismiss hard work. Perhaps the conclusion isn't that it's one or the other. Maybe success is like a plant. Luck is the soil and the weather. You can't control them, but your hard work and agency are the seeds you plant and how well you tend to them. Both are essential.
That's a conclusion I can agree with. Luck defines our opportunities, but our choices define what we do with them. Okay, that was a much more intense debate. Let's recap. First, we debated the role of luck and risk in success. Liam argued they are huge, underappreciated factors, while I argued that focusing on personal agency and hard work is more important.
We learned about hindsight bias, the mistake of thinking success stories are clean and predictable.
We also learned the idiom to have a chip on your shoulder.
Ultimately, we concluded that success is a combination of both, the luck you're given and what you choose to do with it. Pronunciation tip. Now, for our pronunciation tip, In English, the short I sound, I, and the long E sound, E, can be tricky. Listen to the difference in these two words, risk versus reach, I versus E. Let's practice a few pairs. Repeat after me. Sit, seat, live, leave, fill, feel. Fantastic. Hearing that small difference is a big step in improving your British accent.
Reflection and outro. So that's all we have time for. A very deep discussion today.
It was, and our reflection question for you is this. Think about one success in your own life, big or small. Can you identify one moment of luck that helped you and one personal action you took that made the difference?
It's a powerful exercise in gratitude and self-awareness.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this debate has given you a new perspective. Join us next week on The Freedom Equation.
Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast app. Until next time, keep learning.
And keep thinking. Goodbye for now.